What's good, YouTube? It's cuddleofdeath here. Hurry, happy day, woo! And I am very, very happy to be debuting my very first 6v6 battle spot match. Now, this is a very cool match. I am so proud of it, and I love it, and I hope that you guys will love it too. So first and foremost, please make sure to give this video a like to help show your support for my first 6v6 battle spot no items video. This is available right now. If you guys want to do it, you have to have a Pokemon Global Link account, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, to be able to access it. And you go to battle spot, you press the rating battles, and it's the special battle. So this particular team, this is a team that I just wanted to use random ass Pokemon from several different tiers, so it's a mixed tier battle. Fucking Electrode is NU, Dugtrio is RU, Miltank is NU, Xatu is NU, Sylveon is my only OU Pokemon, and Kingdra is UU, versus Andraz, who has Delphox in RU, Roserade in UU, Aurorus in NU, Lucario in UU, Crawdon in, I believe, Borderline, because it's a very strong Pokemon, and Aegislash in OU. So it's a very, very cool team. I honestly, whenever I was looking at this person's team right off the get-go, I'm like, dude, they have a cool team, I have a cool team, I'm ready for this battle, and I'm very interested to see how it turns out. I don't know, whenever I was picking Pokemon, like I said, I grabbed a bunch of random Pokemon that, you know, I got Special Wall, I got my Physical Wall, someone's mowing the lawn, and I also wanted the Dugtrio in for Arena Trap just for fun, like just to screw someone over. And my Electrode is a super fast taunter as well as, you know, a scouter, so I love that. I love that about, you know, having my Electrode. I thought I called it Dugtrio for a second. Now, you know, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and actually get into the battle itself, because of how interesting the teams were. The battle is even more interesting, and some of these battle spot 6v6 videos are going to have, you know, a lot of turns in them, but they are well worth it. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into the battle. So we have Andraz here. I believe he was from like Germany or something, just some European place. He starts off with his Durengard, his Aegislash, and automatically I outspeed. I go for the taunt. I'm happy that he didn't go for King Shield to see what I was doing, and I'm like, bitch, you can't use a Swords Dance. I'm gonna go for the fucking Volt Switch, expecting a physical attack. So I'm like, I'm gonna swap into my Dugtrio, because Dugtrio can take a hit. It's not a big deal. I mean, he's actually quite frail, but he goes for the Gyro Ball, which is really cute and does a shit ton of damage to my Dugtrio. I go for the Sucker Punch, and I take out his Durengard. I just like saying that. That is definitely one of Aegislash's best names, Durengard. He goes into his Lucario, and I totally forgot about Extreme Speed. I was, in fact, I was expecting him just to use any attack to try to take me out. I was gonna go for the, what was it, Reversal or Revenge there, I believe. But unfortunately, he takes out my Dugtrio. He goes into his Roserade. I just wanted to swap back into my super fast Electrode to Volt Switch back out. I do not like facing Roserades. I go into Miltank because I can get rid of any status condition that it wants to shell out, which obviously it has the nice Toxic, which is what it's going to use there. I get my Rocks up, which makes me happy because, you know, I like to get my Hazards up, and I couldn't think of anything on his team to get rid of them, so I was like, fuck it. There we go, we got the Stealth Rocks. Now this motherfucker is running Venoshock, which makes my cow a very unhappy cow. I go for the Body Slam here, deal a decent amount of damage, and the biggest thing is I get the Paralysis. This time I can actually go ahead and use Heal Bell. I thought he was going to stay in there, but he decides not to. I guess he didn't like the damage that he took from me. So I went for the Heal Bell this time. Maybe I should have predicted a swap, but I didn't. So he's got this fucking beast-ass Aurorus here now. I don't have any fighting type moves on me. I go for the Milk Drink because I'm like, you know what, Miltank should be able to take some hits from Aurorus. I would kind of like to paralyze it. But this motherfucker, I wasn't expecting this because I've never faced an Aurorus before. This motherfucker goes for an Encore. So here's my thirsty ass Miltank over here, drinking milk 24/7. Can't do anything about that. I swap this cow out, and I go into my Sylveon because this Aurorus should have some, you know, nice special moves. I'm like, do I want to go for a Calm Mind or not? But then, you know, because he has the Rock Polish up like crazy and he's able to freely move, I don't want to go for Calm Mind because he's just going to lock me into it. But I can't even go for any fucking thing because this thing making my cow drink all the milk that it has fucking freezes my Sylveon. Can't do shit. And I'm like, please, Sylveon, unfreeze, unfreeze. Unfortunately, I just, I said, fuck it, I don't want to deal with that. I want to save it just in case I go back out into my mill tank because I know it can take hits. Not a big deal. I still want to try to, paralyze it with the body slam. And that's what I decide that I'm going to go for. That's my goal. But guess what? If my cow's not drinking milk, it's over there getting frozen. So now we have nice frozen milk available for anyone who wants it. Actually, who wants frozen milk? That'd actually probably be really gross. It's like a milk sickle. So this bitch is not doing anything. I swap it out into Kingdra. And I know that Kingdra is able to take an Ice Beam anyways, hoping that it doesn't get the freeze. But instead, Auroras goes for an Ancient Power, which gets a crit there, a nice hefty crit. Thankfully, it doesn't get the boost from that. I go for a Waterfall and take out the Amagarga. Amagarga. It's not as cool as Aegislash's name though. He goes into his Lucario and I'm like, okay, this thing already has extreme speed, so I know that I can be expecting that. But the problem is I have 2 fucking frozen Pokemon right now. It's not good for me. I am in a really bad spot with my 2 frozen Pokemon, a low-ass Kingdra, and he's got this Lucario out on the field. I knew he was going to go for an extreme speed again. But as long as he didn't crit, I knew it wouldn't kill me. I went for a Thunderbolt trying to get the paralysis, did a decent number on him. Now I have 2 low-ass Pokemon, 2 frozen motherfuckers. I swap back into Sylveon because I'm like, I would really, really like it if I could unfreeze my Sylveon. He does a lot of damage there. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and stay in because this Sylveon's going to be useless. There's nothing else that I can do about it. So I sacrifice cute little Sylveon. I go into Xatu, even though he has a Rock Slide, I feel like Xatu can take a hit. I'm sort of confident about it. He swaps into his Krebutak, which is his fucking Crawdon. So just to be safe, I went for a Thunder Wave just in case Lucario stayed in, because although Extreme Speed is still priority and would go first no matter what, I figured I'd have a chance at, the para hacks there. I U-turn on this motherfucking Crawdon. It does so much damage with that crunch, even in my milk tank, my frozen cow. And I'm like, okay, this beef is frozen. I just need to go ahead and, keep it in because it's gonna get frostbitten. No one wants frostbitten beef, so I let it die. I swap into my Dugtrio, that's what I did. I swap into my Electrode. And I just like to go for the Volt Switch because I didn't expect him to stay in. Even if he did, at least I could get some damage out because this motherfucker is fast. And there's no hazards out on the field, so I can just swap it back in. I go into my Xatu, and since Roserade is actually paralyzed, I go for the U-turn. What I should have done is straight up go for the Psychic. But I wanted to go for the U-turn there, thinking that it might have killed, and maybe it wasn't max damage. I don't know. I don't do the damage calc stuff. He goes for the Toxic, so I'm really happy that I didn't have to deal with that. I finish off his Roserade with an Outrage, and that's okay because, Kingdra can honestly die at this point. I don't care, but it lives with 3 HP. He goes into his Lucario, and I'm like, well, I don't want to swap because if I swap, someone else is going to take damage. And if I swap into Xatu, it's going to take damage, and I don't need it to take damage because he can just easily go for a Rock Slide, he can outspeed. But now, since my Kingdra is down, and I didn't take that initial extreme speed damage on Xatu, I bring Xatu out, go for a Psychic. For whatever reason, I don't know if the person misclicked or what here, but they went for a fucking dumbass Aura Sphere. I don't know if that made a difference or not because it was still a low-ass Lucario. And I take it out. He goes back into his Crawdon here. And I just U-turn out. It doesn't kill it. I go into my Electrode. I was really sad that it didn't kill it, but that's okay. And he goes for a Crunch, which unfortunately takes out my poor little Electrode. But because Electrode does not go down without a fight, its Aftermath takes out the Crawdon, which I was happy about, to tell you the truth. I go back into my Xatu here. He goes into his Delphox. So I'm like, this isn't very good. It can use Shadow Ball, but it's not using Shadow Ball, so I guess it doesn't have it. Instead, it goes for a Flamethrower, which does actually do a fair amount of damage. I toss out the Thunder Wave because I want to start, hopefully get the Parahacks on it, because that would be in my best interest. I need the Parahacks. I'm just U-turning like crazy because it does neutral damage, because the only other move I have is the Psychic, which, wouldn't do neutral damage. In fact, it would do not very effective damage. So my only hope is U-turn. It fucked up there and went for the fucking Will-O-Wisp, I already had it statused, and if it would have went for a flamethrower there, I might have died. Instead of that will-o-wisp, it could have used 2 flamethrowers, but I still had a roost. Anyways, I survived with 13 HP. I U-turned to win the battle. That was such a good battle. I really liked the opponent's team, you know, and I don't know. I was super excited about the opponent's team. They definitely put up quite a fight. I definitely have more 6v6 battle spot videos coming in the future. Some of them might be with the same team. Some of them definitely going to be with different teams. I'm going to have battles where I don't live with just one Pokemon, battles where I actually have more than one Pokemon left, and battles that are actually really close. So that brings me to a question for you guys. Do you guys prefer battles where people get completely and utterly destroyed? Do you like the close battles like this? Because me personally, I like the close battles. It allows me to see the opponent's team completely. You guys can see my entire team. And I don't know, it's just, I think it's more fun that way to have closer battles. But, you know, having battles where you completely wreck someone here and there are cool too. But with that, you guys, I would like to go ahead and thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up to kick off my very first 6v6 battle spot video. And I will see you guys in the next video. I will upload more Wi-Fi battles, more battle spots, more battles against other people, just other stuff in the future. So thank you guys once again for watching. I love you guys. Bye!